Hello everyone, so hope every one of you is doing well. So welcome back to my daily trading forecast. Today is 18th of May 2021. So we're going to start off, as usual on my right side. These are my weekly focus. All right, the pairs, the instruments that I'm looking at to trade this week. So yesterday, the goal, since we are already looking at the goal, let's talk about the goal. The goal went kind of parabolic. I mean, in a very, very small time frame, of course. Last night during the US session, so in the 1 hourly chart, it's exactly like what I've said yesterday. That the price will pull back, came back to this resistance turn support level, and then it will goes up. But of course, I didn't expect such a quick and strong movement. Within 1 hour, it actually recovered all of the losses during the European market, and just went all the way up, and it stays there. Bears are nowhere to be seen, and right now we are still seeing a build up in the bullish momentum. And I mean, if we were to look at this rising channel, it looks like it's about to be broken, right? Of course, right now we are also at a resistance level, right here. This is a 4-month, about 4-month resistance, right? I did put it right here, 4-month high, 1872. So we might expect some pullback, but if the goal really does turn really bullish, this resistance will not be able to hold it for long. For all we know, by the time I finish this video, it might have started to break this resistance. But in any case, if you want to buy the gold today, well, I think we can go to a really small time frame, like the 15-minute chart. And if you want to buy the gain, again, usually I will still advise, I'll recommend to wait for a pullback. This time around, maybe we can just wait for the pullback back to this area, the previous high and the current low right now. Within this area, you might be able to get a chance to buy again. All right, and I mean, based on the 15-minute charts, this moving average right here, the black color one, which is actually 126 day moving average, that's where you can actually find support, right? But otherwise, I think there might be a good chance it may just break right away right now, and we have to do the analysis again all over again if you want to trade or buy intraday. As for if you're looking to sell, as of now, yes, I know that we're at the resistance level, but I don't recommend to do so. Gold is really bearish right now. Inflation risk is getting very, very high very quickly, so I wouldn't go for a sell, right, if I'm trading gold. All right, so next, let's take a look at the euro against US dollar. Now, the euro against the US dollar last week, well, I was expecting a stronger pullback, right? I was expecting a stronger pullback. As you can see, this is a ascending triangle, so I was like, oh, hopefully it can actually push back a little bit further, back to this. I mean, this will be a really great level to buy, very near to the bottom of the rising channel, and I mean the resistance right here turns support, so it's really a great level. But unfortunately, the price didn't pull back to this price and just went all the way up and almost reaching the resistance right here, 1.2170, and right now it's still climbing. So it's about to reach this resistance. I'm not so sure whether there will be a pullback from here. Because as you can see, the bullish momentum is actually building up very well as well. Dollar seems to be weakening very fast. But I think for euro dollar, unlike gold, I think we can actually look to sell at a resistance level. So let's say if the price were to went up very fast, but then it stopped, right? It stopped and started to push back. well, you can try that. You can try to sell at the point of time. Risk will be very low, reward will be pretty good. You can at least see all the way back to this. Let's see, I would say this will be the very first level. Maybe I just redraw all this. Okay, so somewhere 1.2150, that's the very first level. Going below 1.2130, and lastly there will be somewhere 1.2110. All right, so and the risk can be really small, like 10 pips or even less than 20 pips, you know. So that's something you can try. But if it continues to go up, well, we know, right, the day charts, it's going to go all the way up to this price, 1.20. It's going to reach 1.22, definitely. But I think a very strong selling pressure is somewhere 1.2270, because that's where the price really broke out from the previous structure. That's where I always like to look at, because those are the area that, you know, a lot of buying orders or selling orders is being traded, which in this case are the buyers, right? Okay, so that's for the euro dollar. And coming back to the Aussie against US dollar. Now the Aussie against US dollar, apparently I have a lot of comments on TradingView. I'm not sure why so many people are actually commenting on the Aussie. Alright, bunch of comments. There are people that says there's head and shoulder in the daily time frame. Some people say it's bearish. Well, I beg to differ, because now let's talk about head and shoulder, right? Now the head and shoulder is you have two shoulders and one head, obviously. But the shoulder should remain the same height, right? So if you look at the day chart, I mean, obviously it has been broken. That's number one. If you look at the weekly time frame, I seriously doubt that this is a head and shoulder anymore. This is too strong. And when it came down, if it were to really go all the way down, it could have already broke out of this rising channel. All right, that's from my experience. I may be wrong. All right, but I'm just playing with probability. All right, I'm speaking you know, from the point of view of probability in this case. So, and you know, whenever a head and shoulder formation fails, it fails in a very bad way. Like, you know, this is the uptrend, and this is the head and shoulder, and if it fails very badly, it can actually went up a lot more. Alright, if you don't believe me, just go and do some back tests and you will understand what I'm trying to say. Alright, so in my opinion, the support is strong. Right, price has already went up. This trend has been broken. Supports are pretty good. Alright, even for the moving averages, everything is showing me a very strong support, and the price is actually already rebounding, and bullish momentum is building up. It looks kind of slow, but it's there to trick you, not to buy into this pair. All right, I mean, that's my view. So you can continue to buy. If you go all the way back to the 1 hourly chart, 1 hourly charts, well, just be very careful at 0.78, 17, 15. You can obviously see that there is a resistance. Now, if you ask me whether this could be a head and shoulder, yes, then I will still agree. So which is why I think you gotta be careful right here. But once you see the price breaks above, okay, let's say if you are really unsure, just wait for the price to break above, and wait for the pullback again, and then go for a sell, and then you try to go for the buy. All right, that is one way you can do if you want to buy the Aussie against US dollar. And as far as I know, if gold, silver, commodities are rising, and the Aussie, which is a commodity currency, is bound to rise as well. So I think that is one of the main reasons why I'm actually still very bullish on Aussie dollar, even though it's really very high. But actually, if we look all the way to the monthly charts, it is actually just somewhere back to the equilibrium level. So therefore, there are still some upside that we can go for. So why not, right? Just follow the trend. All right. So after speaking, after we have run through euro dollar, Aussie dollar, and the gold. All right. So after running through euro dollar, Aussie dollar, and the gold, I might want to cover a little bit more on other pairs or other instruments such as the Bitcoin. Everyone is, I mean, nowadays everywhere I go, whoever I speak to, people are always talking about Bitcoins. I mean, there is a very, very strong FOMO sentiment right there. FOMO means fear of missing out. You know, there are so many stories about people trading Bitcoin and becoming a millionaire. I mean, I have friends on Facebook that seems to be doing very well in investing Bitcoin, and some people has, you know, go into mining. They try to buy a lot of hardware and stuff and put it in their home, set it up to mine Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies, which I'm not really sure. I'm not really good. I'm not really very clear about the cryptocurrency markets, but apparently I have been saying that it is way overheated, which it is, and especially the news about Tesla. I mean, Elon Musk saying that, oh, you know, I mean, he said everything good about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrency, but later on he came out to say that there's too much carbon emission, right? It's actually not good for the world itself, all right, for the earth. So that is a very, very big issue, and he actually stopped, you know, transaction for car sales using Bitcoin as well. So, well, I don't think he don't know in the first place. He should have already known about this way before he even started to invest Bitcoin. All right, so I'm not quite sure what that means, but in any case, coming back to the charts, we are seeing already a 13% pullback. Right, I've actually labeled it down right here, somewhere a few days ago, which I don't really remember. I may just look through and just put it down there. So why I actually put down these three levels, because when Bitcoin pulls back, it usually can pull back easily, all right, easily 30%. Now this looks like a very huge pullback. Okay, this is only 30%. If let's say I were to measure this price, this pullback right here, did you see that it's also 30%? All right, so because the price is going so high, so the 30% in terms of pips or in terms of the digits can be very different. All right, so although it looks very small right here, it looks very huge right here, both are actually 30%. So if you ask me, is it now a good time to buy? Yes, I do think we have a case to buy Bitcoin at the current price, but I'm not saying that it won't go even lower, which is why I actually label down 40% pullback, 50% pullback. I mean, just go and do some research, just go and look back at the history, like right here, from the highest to the lowest, back in 2017, late 2017, or beginning from 2018, when Bitcoin actually fell all the way. It's a total of 83% before it actually climbs again, range, and just spike all the way and went parabolic, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that Bitcoin is very volatile, so you got to be really careful when it pulls back. And I think if, let's say, the trend were to continue, I think a 30% pullback is good enough for us to consider to buy. All right, so I don't want to go too much into Bitcoin, but in any case, if we just look at the technical aspect, right now is definitely a good support. All right, very good support. I think it's a good demand, because you can see this is the resistance turned support level. Price right now found support and it's rebounding again, so you can actually try to buy Bitcoin, but be careful. In my opinion, you might want to take profit right here at 53,000 or 53,100. But just put as 53,000 in case you missed $100 and it went down. Then that would be funny. All right, so that's all for the Bitcoin. All right, and I also want to talk about NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ or any other stock markets, we know that it is actually taking quite a beating recently, which is very normal. I mean, right now there's a problem with, you know, right, there are actually two kinds of stocks that we have to understand. One is the kind of stock where it is an asset that keeps growing in value very, very fast. I'm not sure what's the term. And there's another type which is valuable, right? Which will probably still be valuable even if there are crises and stuff like that. But they grow much slower than the earlier one that I just said. So NASDAQ attack mainly attack stock indices. As we know, most tech companies, most tech stock, and especially those that has been talked about in the market, are all those, you know, assets, asset stock. All right, let's put that asset stock, or asset bubble stock. It's really a bubble right now, which is why you see that NASDAQ took a much stronger beating as compared to the S&P or as compared to the Dow Jones, right? So, but I'm still watching NASDAQ, and I still want to buy because the momentum is still there. I mean, the government is still printing money. They're still keeping their monetary policy low. Recently, yesterday, RBA has just announced their monetary policy meeting, and their minutes. And nothing has changed yet, especially given the current situation right now. I mean, right now in Singapore, we went back to kind of lockdown again, so there's nothing much that we can really do right now, which is why I'm actually doing live right here. So NASDAQ, I'm waiting for a retest right here, right at the previous low, and I will try to go for the buy. Hopefully, if it can just go all the way down, all right, before the US session. Okay, because this is stock indices. If I were to go and look for the CFD, where is it? NASDAQ, yes, US 100. Oh man, yes, climb up actually. Well, they're still resistant right now. Okay, I just hope it can went down further. I just hope that it can do a retest. If it's able to do a retest right here before it really climbs, and then we also have, you know, what we call a bullish bet as well, you know. And I mean, why is it I'm actually looking at this is because, like, obviously if you look at the daily time frame, it is always supported right at this moving average, as you can see, and every time it got supported and went up, it doesn't just touch and go, right? It doesn't touch and go. It touched and it came back again for a few retests before it really goes all the way up, you know, before it re-embark on another bullish trend. So which is why I'm waiting for the pullback. And why is it somewhere right here? Because that's where the moving average is. It's very simple. And I mean, there are many other reasons. Like, I mean, obviously this is the demand zone and stuff. If you go to a small time frame in the 1 hourly time frame, you know, obviously this is also a demand zone, you know. So enough of that explanation. That's where I'm looking to buy 13,000 to 13,100. That's the area I'm looking to buy. As for the target, I believe it can still go back to the previous high and to trade even higher. Right, we are still, although right now it's very overheated, it's a bubble, but it's yet to reach the end. Not that soon yet. I think it's coming. It's gonna come eventually, but I just don't think it's that soon. Definitely the market will still go up. All right, I mean, it will still try to get the markets hype up to buy even more before it really crashes, and I just don't think now is the time yet. All right, so that's my view on the NASDAQ, and that's all for today. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.
you.